Tonight, we are young, so let's set the world on fire.
Hi, and welcome to episode number 4 of the We Are Yarn podcast. My name's Amanda, otherwise known as Mandy Cat on Ravelry, and I'll be your host. It is, what is today? Today is June the 28th, 2012, and as usual, podcasting to you from lovely East Tennessee. I want to first give a shout out before I get started to Ray 1957. She was my first review on iTunes and I really appreciated it. She gave me 5 stars, which I thought was very nice, and it really made my day that day. So thank you so much, Ruth, for throwing me that comment. I appreciate it. So since I've said that, you should know by now I am available on iTunes. I have not yet figured out how to update things so that it knows, it says by Amanda or whatever, but I am there, so you can subscribe to me through iTunes now, if that's your, the way that you prefer to get your podcasts. And I do want to ask that all of you interact with me. I've had a lot of fun talking to you. There's not a whole lot of chatter going on in my Ravelry group though, so I wanted to make sure you knew that was there. That is the We Are Yarn podcast, for the group. So please come join, introduce yourself, and let's get some conversation going. Also, I do have a Twitter feed for the podcast. It's We Are Yarn. I'm pretty certain. I should probably have checked that before I started. I'll put a link on the bottom there if it's wrong. Or if it's We Are Yarn PCast or something like that. Anyway, please come join me there. And I do update the posts. I do post about the projects I'm doing there as well. So, and when I make my episodes live, I tweet about it as well from there. So please let me know. Also, please feel free, if you're not on Ravelry, not on Twitter, leave me some comments on my show notes page. That's a great way to tell me what you think. So with that, let's get going. I'm sure you've noticed I kind of shifted a little bit. The sitting on the futon was not doing it for me, so I moved a little bit. I think the lighting works better here. Let me know what you think. Okay, so things I've gotten done in the last 2 weeks. One little thing I've gotten done, and this was, again, for Nerd Wars, and it is this adorable little guy here. I've named him Frobisher because the doctor did have a companion that was a penguin named Frobisher, but this is him. He's he's crocheted in, like this is Red Heart. I love this yarn. This is Bernat, Softy Chunky, Caron. So he's a little bit of everything. And his little scarf I crocheted out of a sample that I got in the only fat fiber box I've ever managed to nab. And I just went until that little sample was gone, and it was the perfect length. So there he is. This pattern I got out of this book, Amigurumi World, Seriously Cute Crochet by Anna Paula Rimoli. And I just wanted to show you guys real quick. I think I actually got this on super sale. So I just bought it for the fun of it. Now I've started using it and I'm really enjoying it. So that's the pattern that I used. But if you look, baby penguin and her mommy. But oh my goodness, there are cacti. So cute. Little eggs. I mean, how adorable, right? And I thought of Caron of Round the Twist because they have a cupcake. And I think I'm going to write her and ask if I can crochet her a cupcake instead of knit the cupcake for her, and see if she'll let me send her a couple of those. Because these patterns are really easy to follow. So yeah, that's that. Alright, so that's the only thing that I finished. Why is it so dark? I don't know. Anyway, so that's the only thing I finished. But I have a lot of things going. I have a lot of things very near completion. So here we go. The first one, the most exciting one, is my Watershed cardigan. If you guys will remember, when I blocked it, I left the little marker in to show you where I was. But I have completed it now, and it's perfect. It did not fit very well at all when I first finished it, and so I didn't do the sleeves. I didn't weave in any ends because I was just a little nervous about it. So I blocked the holy living you know what out of this thing. I mean, it was stretched beyond belief. If you follow me on Twitter, you will have seen that. But now, since I so forcefully blocked it, you'll see. Let's get back here. It is perfect. Look at that. I mean, I'm just so proud. I haven't put the sleeves on yet because I was afraid to, honestly, put that much effort into the sleeves and then it not fit. So now I can go ahead and cast those little stitches on, and I guess it'll end up about there-ish. So, yay! That's the first thing I'm very proud of. The next thing I'm very proud of is I finally cut the grosgrain ribbon for the straps on my tank. It's inside out right now. And I attached them with safety pins, not safety pins, with straight pins. Now I've just got to sew them on. I guess while I have my thread out, I'll also sew a little tag in the back that says Knit by Amanda. And then I'll probably put a little tag on his butt that says Crocheted by Amanda for my friend. This is actually, I forgot to mention, this I made because a very good childhood friend, Dawn, asked if I could make her a penguin after she saw my, Pedro, the garden gnome. And I'm more than happy to do this for you, Dawn. It's coming to you today. I'm going to box them up after I'm done here. So yeah, Watershed, linen tank. The third thing that I'm very excited to talk to you about is the Ebbtide Shawl. So if you remember last week, I showed you the bag that I had not opened. I went ahead and opened that bag and moved it into a new bag in hopes that maybe it would get me going. This is one of the Chica bags that my local yarn store sells. But let me show you the Ebbtide very quickly here. And let me talk to you about why I had stalled on it and why now all of a sudden I'm just knitting on it with fury and passion. Well, where is it? There it is. Ugh. Guys, I am so sorry. I did not do this before. Rotate. What? Haha. Okay. So, up to a picture of it. Go. Here we are. All right. So this is what, there we go. So that's what it looks like. And if you'll see down the center there, there's that spine. That's a cute little lacy cable type dealio thing going on there in the middle. That's why I was not working on this, because I didn't want to have to really think that hard. I'm okay with those occasional like lacy bits and then thinking at the bottom, but I didn't want to be thinking in the main part of the shawl. That's why I like knitting shawls, because once you figure out the increases and where they fall in the shawl, I can just go and I put markers where they need to be and I just go. And I don't have to think about it. I just get to the marker, do my increase, and move on with my life. And with that kind of, my kitten is playing with my toes. It's very distracting. With that kind of spine down the center, I was really having to pay attention. Even though it's only a 4 rows, it's still a cable cross and lacy bit in there, and so this is what I've done, guys. this is what I have done. I have started on, I ripped it out and started over without that cable down the center. And I'm just doing kind of an invisible-ish sort of cable, or not cable, spine. Don't you do that. Sorry. Be good. He is on fire today. So, but here it is without that cable down the center. I'm not even doing yarn overs or anything. And that's showing the color pretty well. I have made it to the first little lace section. I don't know if you can see that. I doubt it. Yeah, a little bit there. The first feather and fan bit. I had to unknit that row, tink back 5 times. It took me 3 episodes of Big Bang Theory to get through that one row, that first row, because having only one stitch in the spine in the center, and it was very confusing, but I figured it out eventually. So, yeah, I'm really excited that I'm on my way. I'm sorry. He's everywhere. Okay, but but yeah, so I'm really plowing forward with this. Very excited about it. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks I'll get through the rest of the main portion of the shawl, so you'll get to see it much bigger. And but we'll see, because there's a lot coming up in the next month. But that's what's going on with that, and I'm just pleased as punch with it. So those are the 3 things I'm working on actively at this moment. So acquisitions now, things I have achieved. Well, let's have some coffee first. Coffee out of my cute little kitty mug. Okay, so there's Frobisher. Okay, I didn't get any yarn because I didn't go anywhere to buy yarn. I have no reason to be buying yarn right now, so I don't have any. I haven't gotten any shipments from any clubs. Oh, let me write myself a note. Okay, sorry. Don't want to forget, I've moved recently since I signed up for the Tri-Dye Club, and I need to update my address with the next person that's going to be mailing. But so, and also because I moved, I thought I had updated my address with Interweave. Guys, if you have more than one Interweave publication and you update your address with one of those publications, it's not across the board. I learned this the hard way. So I recommend to you to just go ahead, hit the customer service thing, say my address has changed, and have them do it, because I thought I had, and I had not. I have not gotten my Interweave crochet in the mail, and there were a lot of patterns that I really liked in it. So I just went ahead and bought it. If it ends up coming in my mail to me, maybe I'll put this up as a prize for something. We'll see. But this is what it looks like, Interweave crochet. And I'm sorry that this is the second podcast in a row I'm doing a crochet magazine, but you know, I heart crochet. And this is what made me decide to just go ahead and go buy it. I'm going to show you a couple of things I really, really liked. And then I'm going to show you one thing that made me go, why in God's name did they do that? Okay. This is the reason I went back and bought it. Look at those. Look at that. They're shoes. So what you do is buy some flip-flops. I went to the dollar store, the Dollar Tree, bought a pair of flip-flops for $1. You cut off the flip-flop part, so you just have the base, and then you crochet onto the base. And it uses this fancy twine something or other that I'm probably going to end up ordering off the internet to make these. I have got to get these made before this summer is over because they are brilliant. I also thought this was brilliant. So this is a pattern for a couple of doilies that you then lay on a dark tank top, and she walks you through how to bleach your tank top with the pattern of your doily on it. And that's just brilliant. Way cool. I mean, you know, crochet can make some pretty heavy fabric, and in the summer there's not a lot of crochet or knitting to be worn really, unless it's real airy and all, and that's a great way to display your crochet without it being your crochet. And also, I love that blanket. Isn't that awesome? It's huge and awesome. I love it. Talking again about, though, about, they have a section on embellishing things that you already have. That's not the stuff. That little bit. Well, I couldn't find my little post-it marker doolally things, and now I'm paying for it. Ha, okay. Yes. But they had some cover-ups in this one that just look like they'd be real cute. They're cotton, kind of open and lacy, and they're selling them sort of as cover-ups for your bathing suit. That doesn't do enough covering for me to cover my bathing suit with it, but they'd be cute. And then they also, this was kind of their crowning glory for this magazine, the thing they were most proud about, and it's this dress. And the way they're selling it is that it's one size fits all, and that every model they put it on, even though all the models were very different as far as their shape is concerned, it hung on them differently, but it was still beautiful on all of them. And most of them they did belt like that. There is one that they did not. That's it, unbelted. That's an awful lot of crochet, but it's really pretty. The one thing that is in this magazine that made me turn my head sideways, I even pointed out to my husband, and he was like, I don't get it. I was like, honey, I have not worn one of these types of garments since I was 6 years old. This is why it's not. This is why I'm confused. It's a romper. Giving you a minute for that to soak in. A hooded, crocheted romper. I say who's going to make that? I'm sure if I surfed over to Ravelry, there'd be, you know, a dozen teenage little stick children who are making that, but this girl will not be. But you know, I've been reading it. The articles in this are really good. They have another section on lace in here. They've been doing some things on lace, and it's very interesting. It was a very good magazine, even with the romper. Okay, so that's what I thought of that. Now, the moment we've all been waiting for. So, last year, I wanted a project, and I wanted a project now, and I wanted it to be a sweater. And so I went to Hobby Lobby because that was the only place open at the time when I decided I needed to be making a sweater. And I bought some of this. Oh, well, you know, I don't like where they put their little... It's naturally Caron Spa in this beautiful color. A silky soft bamboo blend. What it's blended with is acrylic. But it's very soft and very drapey. It's a DK. And I really liked the color. The color is something. Color green sleeves. And I started making this. I am prepared for you guys on this, let me tell you. This is what it was going to look like. But green, obviously. I thought it'd be really nice to wear to work, and something that you could dress up, you know, dress up for work like this, or dress down just with a tank under it or something. Little t-shirt and jeans. It's a Caron pattern. And this is how far I got. I made that ribbing on the bottom, and then I started in on the lace, and I made it exactly 2 rounds. And here's the thing, it was Caron, I guess, is a Canadian company, I don't know, but this product was, this pattern was written not in USA terms. And so I ended up having to rip back the first row several times because it wasn't looking right, and that's because I wasn't doing it right. Yeah, and I've done 2 rounds of the lace now, or 2 repeats of the lace, and I'm just not loving it. And you know what? Life's too short to knit something you don't love. So for you, for the first time in this podcast history, I am ripping it out on the air. First, I want to show off, my grandmother was very crafty and had made these little things for trees, because she made those weird wire trees, and I turned them into stitch markers, and I just, sorry, they make me think of my grandmother. So here we go. Ripping it out. So what I'm gonna do for this episode, I'm gonna start putting my show notes at, of course, they're always gonna be at weareyarn.com. But I'm gonna start putting the show notes also in Ravelry on the thread for this episode. Post number 2 is going to be a little empty needle. Post number 2 is going to be a, what do they call it? What do you call it? I don't know. Poll. It's going to be a poll about what you think I should make out of this yarn. This is strangely satisfying. I have it narrowed down. It was down to 10. While I was getting ready for the podcast, I decided 2 of them really weren't what I wanted to do. So I have it narrowed down to 8. And then one of them was a shawl that was out of the Vogue Spring 2012 that I really loved, but I decided that I really didn't want to make it in this green. This is fairly easy yarn to get. So I'm going to just go buy some more yarn like this for that pattern, because I think this yarn really would be perfect for it. It's the cabled shawl, and wait. Okay, so right there, I should have shown you a picture of the cabled shawl. Hopefully, while I was editing, I've noticed that and went in and did it. Okay, so, but now I do want to make a cardigan out of this yarn. I only have 3 balls, so that kind of limits me as to what I can do. And unfortunately, my iPad is not holding on to the way I had the pictures, so I'm going to have to stop and adjust each one. First one is this leaf cardigan. I thought with the green, the leaves would be just real cute. The next one is a pattern that I already own, which is one of the reasons why I picked it. What's going on here? iPads and Ravelry sometimes don't agree. And it's the CeCe cardigan by Bonne Marie Burns. What is going on? Here we go. It can be long or short sleeves. I already own that one, like I said. I tried to make it once before and I was not happy with the yarn. The pattern was nice though, but the yarn I chose for it was not the yarn for that pattern. There's also this leafy Bolero. She has beads on it, but I will not be adding beads. But you can see the nice little leaf detail there down her sleeves. That looks real cute. This color would really go with some of my summer dresses. So that's why I'm kind of thinking something short and croppy. Vodka lemonade is another option. Maybe. Yeah. I put the ones I was really excited about at the front. This next one is the Razor cardigan. It's one of these, you know, one button type deals with short sleeves. Lacy bits. It's real cute. Super cute. I don't know about this one. I left it in because I think the bamboo drape will be beautiful in this. It's called Antique Lace. And the little one button deal, or I could use just a shawl pin. But I don't know if I'm as crazy about that as some of the other ones. This one I really love, but I don't know if I'd have enough yarn. It's Petal, it's off Knitty, and it's just super cute. Yeah, but like I said, I don't know if I would have enough yarn to do it. Yeah, because the extra small calls for 708 yards, and I have like 753. So you know what? That one's just gonna have to wait for another day. Again, this yarn's real easy to get. So yeah, the leaf panel, the CeCe, the beaded Bolero without the beads. We have the vodka lemonade, the razor Cardi, and the antique lace. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So down to 6 from 10. I'm doing pretty good. So yeah, I'll throw that up as a little poll because I'd really like you guys' opinion as to what you think I should make. Back to this. The reason I decided to do this on the air was because Laura of the Knit Girls ripped out on the air something that I was like, oh my gosh, how is she ripping that out? But I was like, you know what? Life is too short. Life is too short to knit something that you're not enjoying. And I know the end product would be really nice, but oh look. I know the end product would be really nice, but I don't want to knit something I'm not enjoying knitting. I'm down to where my ball's joined, so I'm just cutting that little knot out and carrying on. I'm a knotter. I knot my yarn. Let me get my handheld ball winder. It's going to go a lot faster. Uh-oh. Okay. I've just noticed that my kitten is in the chair behind my butt, and it's very cute. I wish he would come up to where you guys could see him on the camera. I'm honestly surprised at this point he has not walked in front of the camera several times. So while I'm doing this, let's talk about what's coming up. On the 30th, the Tour de France starts. And if you don't follow biking, you've probably heard of it. Everybody knows Lance Armstrong around in the U.S. So, you know, the spinners of the world have an event that coincides with the Tour de France called the Tour de Fleece. We spin, they spin is our motto. They spin, we spin, sorry. And so it's kind of something you set your own personal goal for. And I've talked in the past, in episode 1, I talked about the spin along, knit along the Knit Girls are doing. And I've decided that I'm going to use Tour de Fleece as my driving force for getting the spackle started. So I actually took the bag out and divided it up into 36 little 1-ounce bundles. There they are. And it smells delightfully sheepy. And this is what my kitten was playing with that I had to tell him to stop earlier. You can see that kitten damage there. I thought that having a bunch of 1-ounce little bumps, little bits, would make it less intimidating. This is not the case. Pippin, stop it. He's trying to help. He's doing a poor job. Okay, sorry about the crazy kitten today. I'm still very intimidated by it. And I set my goal for Tour de Fleece as 1 ounce of speckle fiber a day. Holy moly, I did not realize how much 1 ounce was. I think it's still a pretty reasonable goal, but I'm not 100% certain. I've started, last time I saw the doctor, she said I needed to maybe start doing some cardio and losing a little bit of weight because I'm pushing the upper edge of the normal BMI or whatever. So I've finally gotten it into myself that I need to maybe go on a little bit of a diet, do a little bit of working out. So I've started doing that, and I am concerned that I won't be able to fit an entire ounce of fiber into my day now that I have that going as well. Pippin, do you see what you just made happen? He's trying really hard to help, guys. While I'm using this, let's do a quick review of this ball winder. This is the Knit Picks ball winder. I like that you can make it handheld because I can do things like this. I don't like the ball winder as a whole. I don't feel like it's just not as good as my other one was. I had to get a new one because my other one broke. Maybe Pippin's not my problem. Stop it. I'll finish that later. But yeah, I'm concerned about being able to get that done because this is 1 ounce. Let's see. And it goes on forever. Look at that. I don't know. I need to not be negative about it though. I'm sure I'll be able to get it done, but we'll see. You guys are going to have to cheer me on because I'm feeling very down and out about this goal. So, I think that's all I have for today though. Again, Ravelry group, Twitter, please throw some comments out on my blog or on the website, weareyarn.com. If you haven't gone to visit the website, please do. My husband built it for me and it's very beautiful. I'm very proud of it. You need to go check it out. Yeah, I think that's all I have. So you guys have a fantastic couple of weeks. I am trying to cook up some kind of contest for the next little bit. It may have to be after Tour de Fleece is over. Because like I said, I don't know if I'll have time between everything else and that 1 ounce a day to manage anything else, but we'll see what's going on in the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for Sleeves on the Watershed, and have a fantastic couple of weeks. Please stay cool in East Tennessee this weekend. It's supposed to be 106 degrees as the high on Saturday. So please stay hydrated, please stay cool, and happy knitting. Sweet dreams 26, guys.
Cardi.